In this video, I'm going to talk about how to link your mini and sub projects back into the main project sheet and have updates and update everything and have your team work on separate sub projects. That's coming up. So connecting or linking different lead Gannts back into your main project is very simple. What you have to do is remember that we've got all these sections and we can collapse them and expand these sections. What you have to do is make sure that where in that section, after which section you would like the connected sheet to appear. So let's say we've got sub lead Gantt 1. This is our other sub sheet that we want to link back into our main sheet, and that sub sheet already has another sheet linked here. So you'll see that because over here we haven't yet started the project, and I tried to link it back to Lead Gantt Demo 1, which is this one right here. And although in here we've already got the project started, but when it linked back, because I did not have the project started in the main sheet, well, for the Demo 1 sheet, the sub Lead Gantt 1 is actually the main sheet. So because we don't have the project started here, it actually linked back to the baseline. So this is what we need to remember, that anytime we try and link something, it will link back from baseline into baseline. So see what happens. Let's see what happens. So let's say we expand all of these, and I know that I want this between task 2 section and the task 3 section. So right here I want to be able to link the sub sheet. So easiest way for me to be able to is copy the name of the sheet so that I don't make a mistake when I'm looking for it in Google Drive. So I'll leave my cursor here selected within this section somewhere, and then I'm going to click on Link Gantt, which will open another dialog right here. And then I'm going to click on Link Gantt one more time. I'm going to paste the sheet name and search for it. So we've got sub Lead Gantt 1 right here. I'll select that, and I'm going to click select once I've located the sheet, and that's where it is. This is where we've got our sub Lead Gantt 1, which is linked to the baseline sheet. So if you see here, it will always give you a link to where that sheet is. And anytime, even if let's say we've closed that sheet and I quickly wanted to go in there and see the details of what that project was doing, I go click on that link and it'll take me back into sub Lead Gantt 1 and show me where it is. Now the details that it actually brings in, now you'll notice that we've got our start date is 2nd of November in the subsection that we brought in over here. Now that basically changes our end date and start date for this entire project. So over here, although you'll see that none of the dates actually go as far out as 29th of January. And when this data is actually come back into our main sheet, it's brought in task 1, 2, and 3 sections. So let's look at this. We've got task 1, 2, and 3. It does not bring into the main sheet the other link sheet that we've got. The reason is that this is the parent for the demo sheet, and it has nothing to do with the main sheet. However, the dates that we've got here will automatically get transferred into the portion that we've got linked, so that our start date and our end date, they are all working correctly. So it will bring in the sections that we have, which are the blue sections, where we are running this project, and it'll bring in all those details, but it does not bring in the link sheet that's further down. So I don't have any other words to actually explain it easier, but this is where it is. So it only goes down one level. So it brought in, it made this sheet the sub sheet for the main project sheet right here, and and it brought in all the blue sections from this sheet. It will not bring in the orange section. However, it will bring in the dates that we get, including the orange section, because every sheet will give you the end start date and the end date for the project based on all the blue section as well as the sections that are linked to it. So all the orange sections are basically that means that it's a link coming in, or it's an update coming in from another subsheet. But your start date and your end date will always take into account all your sections. So not just your blue sections, but also your orange sections. And the update that actually rolls over into the main sheet will also keep into account the dates for that section. So even though you'll see that the last date is 25th of November, is 7th of January, but it shows 29th of January here, is because that 29th of January actually comes from the end date on this section, because there are dependencies happening in all these different tasks and different teams are working on them. But the end date, this is where the project is traveling at that time with that end date. Now, let's say we link another sheet, another section over here, and this time look at this sheet. Now, in this sheet, we've already got baseline with a lock on it and the actual sheet. That basically means that the project in this sheet has already started. So what we want to do is be able to bring in and connect that sheet over here. So let's just to explain you things, I'm going to collapse all these sections. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 sections over here. And in our main project, I'm going to copy the name of this sheet and go into my main sheet. And let's say after task 4, I want to add that section. So let's just go Lead Gantt again. I'm going to paste the name for that sheet over here so I can quickly search for it. And that sheet is Lead Gantt Google Sheet Gantt Chart. So it's right here at the bottom. I'm going to select that. And I've got tasks 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you look at this sheet now, this time it's coming, but however, this whole sheet is actually coming from baseline. So, and in baseline, we still have 4 sections. So this will give you a warning because the project has already started and we've locked our baseline. So you shouldn't be making changes to it. All such changes should actually occur in actual. Otherwise, you won't have any baseline to compare it with. So we've got tasks 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got 16th of November and 10th of March. So let's go back in here. We've got 16th of November and 10th of March 21. The same day, same task, everything gets updated in this section. Now, as these sheets, different owners for these different tasks and different mini projects, as they progress and they keep making their changes, I just have to look at the main sheet and every now and then come in here and press the update button, and that will update all the linked data from all different link sheets. But it only brings in the data based on whatever last update happened in the link sheet. So if somebody wasn't working in the link sheet or didn't make any changes to it, nothing gets updated in here because there was nothing to update. So the sub teams have to make sure that they are making updates and it's rolling over. Now, before we go, I want to explain one more thing, and which is about starting your project. So you'll see that we are in baseline at the moment, and we connected Lead Gantt to baseline, and we connected another sheet that also got connected, only picked up the baseline sheet from there, because baseline will always connect back to the baseline no matter which sheet you point to. Now, if I was to start the project over here, we have this sheet over here where we haven't started the project, and we have another sheet where the project's already started. So where the project's already started is not an issue. However, where the project has not yet started, we're going to be prompted to make sure that we start the project in that sheet as well. So let's say this is my main project and I want to start this project now. So when I click on start project, it's going to create another sheet. It's going to give me a warning that don't make any more changes to baseline, and it's going to say important. This will start project in sub Lead Gantt 1, which was this sheet, which is where we haven't started the project as yet. So all I have to do is click on yes, and it will then start the project in the link sheet where we do not have the project started as yet. So now if I go back into the subsheet over here, you'll see that it's locked the baseline section, and it now has an actual sheet over here as well. So we want to make sure that all these details are taken care of when we are making these changes or we are starting these projects. But the best practice is that you set up a baseline, and all the subsheets that are going to start or work or get connected back in there, they're all at baseline, and you start the project from the main project sheet so that all connected baselines have their project started in them as well.